people of the internet, it's Sarita, and today I'm actually doing a video that was requested. I had been meaning to do this video anyway, so it was a great request. It's my video on how I got into NYU. So as you may know, if you watched my previous college video, I was accepted into the Stern School of Business at NYU with a full scholarship. So in this video, I'm going to discuss, in a general sense, what my application kind of looked like in order to get accepted. I'll be discussing my GPA, class rank, SAT score, extracurriculars, community service hours, etc. So I just wanted to clarify that this is how I personally got into NYU. This is definitely not a surefire way to get accepted. I was surprised that I got accepted, so this is just like in general. This is what applied to me. It might not apply to everybody out there, but it might help some people get a general idea, so that's why I wanted to share it with you. Okay, so first things first, my GPA. My GPA at the time of my application was a 96 point something out of 100, of course. That meant that my class rank was 3 out of 186. I had a small graduating class. It was a small school. So there are obviously people with higher GPAs who got into NYU, and there may be people with lower GPAs who got in. That's just what was reflected on my application. So as for my SAT score, I scored the highest SAT score in my school, which may have been helpful if NYU considered my demographic. I took the SAT once and I scored a 2010. So in order to break that down, I got a 720 on critical reading, a 590 on math, and a 700 on writing. I also took a few SAT subject tests. I took United States History, Math 1, and Biology. I don't remember which biology I took, but biology. In United States History, I think I scored a 540. Math 1, I scored a 630, and on Biology, I think I scored a 550 or something around there. Weren't great scores, but I sent them anyway. I never took the ACT, so I can't comment on that, and I don't really know what NYU really expects from an ACT score, but I'm sure that's somewhere online, and it's probably toward the higher end, so consider that. I didn't really have a lot of extracurriculars. The only things that I listed on my Common App were president of the National Honor Society at my school and chemistry club. That's really all I had at the time of my application, so that's all I listed. When I applied, I didn't have any community service hours, which is not a good thing. I don't recommend that. I did community service later on my senior year, but I should have done it before. To be completely honest though, I think that the part of my application that helped me the most in getting accepted was definitely the writing supplement. You write 2 essays for NYU. One is the general Common App essay, which I think you get 3 choices to pick from, and then there was an NYU specific essay. I think honestly my NYU essay was the best college essay I wrote. I applied to a few other schools, which were mainly CUNYs and 2 other privates. I applied to Baruch, Queens, Hunter, Lehman, and Brooklyn in that order, and I applied through Macaulay Honors, which I got rejected from. I don't think my essay for that was that great. I can't remember my essay for that, so that might be a sign. And then I applied to Fordham, and I had been emailed a fee waiver directly from them, so I think my essay was also waived, so I didn't write one for them. And then for Columbia, I did the writing supplement the day it was due. So considering that it's an Ivy League, maybe that wasn't the smartest choice. Oh well. Regardless, I got into my dream school, and I've reread my NYU essay, and honestly, it's the best essay that I wrote for college. By far, like, it's by a long shot. I think they definitely give that a pretty decent weight when deciding, you know, your future. I think my essay definitely helped me get in. I mean, the other things in my application were, you know, somewhere in the middle. Like, they were shaky. There are people with way higher SAT scores and way higher GPAs who get into NYU, and there may be some with lower ones. but I know for a fact that I was nervous about whether or not I'd get in because of that. I wasn't sure that my GPA and my SAT score were up to their standards. I was like on the really low scale of what they expected. But I still got in. So there's a tip from me to you. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate your ability to do things. You might want to, quit before time because you think it'd be easier. I could have just not applied to NYU or Columbia. I could have just been like, well, I'm not going to get accepted anyway. But I applied anyway. Yeah, I procrastinated a lot, but I did do my applications anyway. I submitted them, and I waited for my decisions to come around. And honestly, if I hadn't done my NYU application, my life would be so different right now. I went through with it anyway. I completed the application, I submitted it, and surprisingly and thankfully, I got an acceptance. So, just don't sell yourself short. You can do it. Just really focus, work hard for it. If you're not a senior yet, then you have some years to work toward it. Definitely focus. Please don't make the same mistakes that I did. Do what you have to do. Do your things on time. Focus in school. There are so many distractions in high school, and you could easily just ignore your work, but in the long run it's going to be important. Doing those homeworks that you didn't want to do will help. Just remember to work hard, and if you don't get in, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean that you're any less of a person. Just make things work for you. That's all I can really advise. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If it was helpful to you in any way, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And you already know the drill. Even if you didn't like it, you should give it a thumbs up anyway. Make sure you subscribe. I will leave all my social media links in the description, so make sure you check those out. And if you have any further questions that I didn't address in this video, then feel free to leave them in the comment section and I will try my very best to get back to it. Anything you might want to ask about, my general application process or anything, you can feel free to ask. I don't bite. So yeah, thank you again, and I will hopefully be here again next week with a new video. Bye!